Good morning, ladies and men folk. We are Full Coverage Writers coming to you right after Book Expo America 2014. Now, yes, it is still the afternoon here, but this isn't getting up until the morning. So, we just wanted to actually get our first impressions of this ridiculously fun convention, because this is my second time round, and this is Calvin's first time round. So, we really wanted to get just our first thoughts down and to give you guys an idea of just what you could expect if you were to attend, either as not as an exhibitor, but as a retailer or vendor. And on Saturdays, there's BookCon, as they're calling it now, which is more for the general public. So if you want to go in through that method. I am actually going to put Calvin on the spot and make him do his first impressions.
All right. In the weeks and months leading up to Book Expo America, I was nervous as all get out. Conventions are like frazzling and frustrating enough, just as is, but we also had the daunting task of meeting with, our goal was to meet with publishers, authors, distributors, etc. And as anybody who has seen the podcast can tell, I'm not terribly good at speaking and saying complete sentences properly. And so the prospect of having to do an elevator pitch for people was frightening.
But there are no elevators here.
That makes it even worse. But once I actually got here yesterday and watched CJ work his magic and watch him do the elevator pitch and work the floor the way he can, I was able to relax a little bit, but what made me relax even more was actually being able to meet with these authors and publishers and see how excited they were to be able to go out and meet the public, chat with people, and their energy was just absolutely infectious, and that helped me out tremendously. After meeting the first author, I believe Danielle Ellison of Spencer Hill Press, and seeing her charisma and just her excitement about being there and meeting people, that calmed me down, and that really set the tone for the rest of that day, yesterday and today. So just being able to chat with people, chat with authors, mingle a little bit, tell them what we're all about, that was the most fun, just feeling the energy throughout this entire convention. So I very much enjoyed myself. There's I think we'll both agree there's one author that definitely made an effect on us, made an impact, and that was Michael Kep. His book is called The Invasion of Heaven, correct?
Yes.
CJ is about 2/3 through the book already. And this book sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait to read it. And I'm excited to read this book, not only because of his shining endorsement, but also being able to meet Michael Kep and his publisher. Oh, is it publisher or agent? Agent, I'm sorry. His agent. Both of them are just, they're kind of on our wavelength of weird and exciting. So it was like hanging out with a familiar friend. So we got to chat with them quite a few times between yesterday and today, and just developing a rapport with them was exciting, and It's one of the things one of the biggest memories I'll take away from this convention. Excuse me. Another one was also meeting Tanya Caps and Nancy. We'll make a footnote and edit, but Tanya and Nancy, those two were absolute joy to chat with and hang out with. They enjoyed this con as much as we did, but they had the extra adage of trying to peddle books, which is daunting just to think about. We're gonna have that excitement to deal with at Kineticon next month. But feeding off of their energy and just seeing how happy and exciting and out there that they were, this made the experience all the better. So, big takeaway for me is just meeting everybody, meeting, mixing, mingling, and just kind of winging it and going with the flow, being relaxed. I think just once I just got here and was able to take in everything and knowing that there was nothing to panic about, this made the whole experience all the better and definitely worth it. Would I do this again? Yes.
You better.
Yeah, I'm the AV man, so I got no other choice. Plus, I got the elevator pitch down pat, so anybody who wants to know who we are, I can give them the spiel real quick and spread the word, you know? And I think that about covers my thoughts. I'll grab the mic if I have anything else. Back to you.
Thank you. All right, this is my second Book Expo America. The first time round, we were winging it entirely, and I did it solo. So I had fun. I got a lot of books out of it, and a couple networking opportunities, but not even remotely as much as we got done this weekend. This weekend was ridiculously fun. Yes. I'll put that out there. Thursday I soloed, so I went through as much of the convention as possible, just trying to get a scope and feel for it, to figure out, like, okay, who do we really want to get back to and what's worth just skipping over. And that was the problem. There wasn't that much to skip over.
That's very true.
Yeah. I mean, there were definitely about a half dozen booths or vendors that we just kept going back to for one reason or another. Which you'll see more in our book haul. Good Lord. Yeah. So day one I soloed. It was daunting and exciting and fun. We got a lot out of it, and I look forward to following up with all of these people. There's a lot of opportunities that if even a quarter of the opportunities actually pan through, we're in for some fun times.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. And then yesterday, you joined me in the shenanigans, and you kind of got to see what I've been trying to do. And this was the prime location to do this in, because it's not easy to just try and find an author that you're interested in or a book that looks shiny and just cold call the person, basically, or cold email them, I guess, at this point. And just say, hey, you have some really nice books, or you're an awesome author, I want to talk to you. A little sketchy.
Yeah.
But you go to a convention like this, you can actually talk to the author or the publisher or the agent right there, face to face, and you can get a vibe for them, and they get a vibe for you, and you can get some really nice networking opportunities. And we have so many opportunities. And I can't list them because I don't want to jinx it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll stay mum for the moment, but the future's looking pretty good right now.
A lot brighter than it was before the convention. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fantastic convention. It was well worth the investment to come. We are going to be here next year. It's inevitable. We're showing up.
Yeah. After the experience we had this year, there's no way we can't come back.
Yeah, and I think next time around we're going to bring a few other people from our group in as well, so we can just canvas the whole place.
Oh man, how great would that be? Just a full-on group assault of this convention center.
Are we going to have code names?
Code names and walkie-talkies.
I'm in.
Sweet.
But yeah, we went technically as retailers for Book Expo America. I forgot to mention that. Book Expo America is technically for vendors and people in the trade, although there are a lot of bloggers in there now as well. I saw a couple of blogger badges.
I did notice that too. So that was actually a pleasant surprise. So
yeah, it's cool that they're letting them in to the whole convention now.
Yeah,
because they actually have a pretty big sway of visibility now. So
right, like if you consider blogging was kind of a niche like years ago, but blogging has with time and the advent of all the blogging platforms and technology that there is out there right now to be able to post post anything you like on the web. It's become less of a fringe and more of what's the best way of saying it? It's become,
I don't want to say mainstream. It's not quite the term.
Like it's not really mainstream because blogging is is indie at its most at its purest form. So here we go. Mainstream is always going to be mainstream, but indie is definitely making a name for itself. Especially this last few years, and you look at indie anything, indie music, indie websites, the ability to be heard as skyrocketed over the last few years, and now us indie guys are really starting to be able to make more noise and nip at mainstream a little bit. So our voices are being heard, and conventions like this are finally starting to hear us. So it's really refreshing to see that.
Yeah, and we definitely fall under the indie category. We are not mainstream.
Not by any means.
God bless you if you think we're mainstream, but we are not.
No.
I don't think we want to be either. Indie's fun.
Hey, being part of the fringe is half the fun, man.
Yeah. But yeah, this was definitely a fantastic convention to go to, and it was interesting to see the BookCon side of it, because the BookCon is for everyone. So there were parents, there were children, there were just the general public is able to come in to see basically half of the convention floor.
Right.
So, and there's a ridiculous amount of stuff for them.
Most definitely. It was really nice seeing the general public taking in the madness like we've been for the last couple of days. So
yeah, I've overheard a couple times this weekend that this is like Comic-Con but for books. Today really brought that home because the first 2 days it's full, but you can still walk around and move and kind of get by people. No, this was full-on Comic-Con mode today with BookCon.
Yeah, definitely.
If you got stuck behind a signing line, you're there. You're not getting out.
Yeah.
So there is that side of it, but it's still a lot of fun.
Speaking of the signing lines, there was one line at it was the 1:00 signing that we were going to try to go to, but you realize after all
Not happening.
all the chatter, like, no.
No.
Like, that line today was like almost comparable to the 4 o'clock Stan Lee line from yesterday.
Yeah. That was its own little personal line con.
Right.
And if you go to a convention, you know what a line con is. So, yeah, we had micro line cons throughout today. So,
I think that's always something exciting to see. Like, and I can only imagine like how good that makes authors and their agents and publishers feel.
and one line con that I was really happy to see was actually for Scott Sigler with Pandemic, because we were one of the first ones in line, basically, and they kept on saying, oh, don't worry, we're going to have enough books. And I look behind me and, like, there's a couple people like, yeah, well, okay. But I joked, like, well, you never know.
Right.
And, I mean, I've heard about him on several podcasts that I've listened to, and I thought, cool, a name I recognize for once. Like, I want to check this out. And then, like, 10 minutes later, we're back on the other side of that aisle, and the line just snakes all the way back. Like, that's awesome.
Yes.
And also, shout out to Scott Sigler, because he gave us 2 signed copies.
Yes.
Actually, 3 altogether. He gave me 2 when he heard that I do giveaways after we reviews. So, kudos to you, sir.
Definite shout out to you. That's awesome.
And I'm going to do one last shout out before I wrap my side up, because just for fun, we entered a raffle at Spencer Hill Press, because we've basically been camping there all weekend for one signing or another.
Right.
Because I'll admit, before this weekend, I had not heard of them.
Neither had I.
But I think we have as many books from them as all the others combined at this point, because we ended up winning one of the raffles.
Yeah.
So now we have 6 books and various other little shiny baubles thanks to Spencer Hill Press. So kudos to you. We are definitely going to have fun doing our book haul on them all, reviewing them all, and getting in touch with them later.
Definitely.
Yeah. And during our day 3 book hauls, we're probably going to do all the various other shout-outs once we go through all of the stuff we have. It's ridiculous.
We're gonna need to take a little time to just like take in not just the whole experience, but all the books we've collected this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up for me. If you can make it to Book Expo as a retailer, vendor, blogger, whatever you happen to be, I highly recommend it. It is well worth the experience. And if you can only make it to BookCon as just the general public, I recommend that as well, because this year they had Harlequin, they had 2 or 3 others on that side of the convention hall that the entire general public could go see.
Right.
So not only do you get the independent authors, the small print publishers, you get some of the big ones too. So you get a nice taste of everything.
So, like the general literary community at large is well represented here. So, any way you can get here, whether it's Book Expo America or BookCon, if you can get here, not only myself, CJ, we both definitely recommend it. Like, it's been a great experience for me, man.
Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah.
That really does sum up the entire weekend. This has been fun.
Yes.
All right, with that, we are going to wrap this up. We will see you all later for our day 3 book hauls and everything else that we do.
So stay tuned. We've got plenty more for you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. And if you do want easy ways of finding out all the other things that we do and post, it's very easy. Just click that subscribe button, and then you'll see it in your feed, all the various videos that we're going to post about Book Expo, about Connecticon, all the other events that we're doing apparently now. the list just keeps on growing. It's a little terrifying, actually. But if you want to see our terror, hit that subscribe button. Check us out.
You're definitely going to be in for a fun ride, especially the weeks leading up to and during Kineticon. We got a lot we're working on. We're really excited. So stay tuned. Subscribe.
Until next time, guys and gals.